I'm trying to win the Premier League with every single team. 20 clubs for the next 20 days. And previously, we took Leicester to their first Prem title in over 10 years. But today, I will be taking over the Gunners and Arsenal in hopes of winning them their first Premier League in 20 years. And taking a look at the side, all they're missing is a world-class striker to hopefully win the Premier League. And with 136 million in the budget, surely we can sign one. Well, it's not that simple. There are only 3 rules I must follow with every club. I absolutely cannot change any of the team's tactics. And with this Arsenal side, we'll be playing a 4-3-3 holding. Rule number 2 is I can only make one unrealistic signing. So if we wanted to sign Kylian Mbappe to Arsenal, even though he'd never go there, we could do it once per team. However, there is also a transfer rule we must follow, which I will reveal in just a second. And lastly, the final rule is every other transfer in and out has to be realistic. And for example, because Arsenal need a striker like Gyökeres or Alexander Isak would be very realistic as they're linked in real life. However, I'm actually gonna go for neither of them. Instead, I'm gonna use my unrealistic transfer. Because instead, I'm going for Tottenham legend Harold Kane. If we're gonna win the Premier League, we have to make sure we rub it in our rival's face. So for 78.5 million, we have made the controversial signing of Harold Kane, one of the best Premier League strikers of all time, and he does fit the transfer rule. Not only has he not won a single trophy, but the transfer rule is we can only sign players that have never won a European trophy. So no Conference League, no Europa League, and even no Champions League. So as excited I am that Harry Kane has joined the side, I know he is not safe. Every time I fail to win the league, no matter what club I'm managing, I will be forced to spin a wheel filled with my first 11, and whoever it lands on, I will have to release from the team, and I cannot re-sign them. And yes, there's a chance that we don't win the Premier League this season, and if we don't, we might lose Harry Kane or others like Martin Odegaard or Declan Rice. But we now only have 42 million to kickstart this journey of winning Arsenal another Premier League title. So now taking a look at this Arsenal side, I'm not gonna lie, it is a Premier League winning side. There isn't a lot of transfers to make as a lot of these players are all world class in their own position. However, a brand new left winger wouldn't be bad. Martinelli and Trossard are very decent, but we can get someone better who hasn't won a European trophy yet. A new center mid or even some backup center mids would also help the squad depth, and also very importantly that we sign some backup center backs and also a backup goalkeeper because Carl Hein is not good enough if David Raya gets injured. Here are the players we have transfer listed because we need more funds if we want to sign more players. But also remember, Arsenal may be a big club as of right now, but if an even bigger club like Real Madrid or Barcelona come in for any of our players, we must accept it as it is realistic and they're not going to reject an offer bigger than the current club. So these are the players we have sold. Luckily, no bigger teams than Arsenal have come in and stolen our players, so I think we're good this season, and that gives us a huge chance of winning the Premier League in the first time of asking. And we do now have 191 million to go ahead and improve this side. Alright, the first transfer I actually want to make is a backup striker. Arsenal haven't had a striker for years, and I want to make sure we have 2 world-class ones. But I'm not sure if I should go for Benjamin Sesko, Jonathan David, Randall Colomwani, or even Matheus Cunha, who could play up top. I love Benjamin Sesko. He is going to be a baller one day, but he is majority of our budget, and for backup, I don't think that's a good deal. And now these next 2 players are all around the same price range, and to be honest, I think the player most linked to the club is Matheus Cunha, so that's who I'm going for. So for 48.5 million, we are signing Matheus Cunha to the side. He is currently a cam. We will convert him into a striker, and if we do not win the Premier League in the next 2 seasons, maybe he could become the starting striker here at Arsenal. And now the next position is going to be very tough. We need a great winger. Gabriel Martinelli is purely just pace, and Leandro Trossard, he is not the future of Arsenal, so we need a world-class player on the left. And the first 2 players Arsenal are linked with is Leroy Sané and Kingsley Coman, but as good as they are, and I would love to sign them because they have experience, they have both won a European trophy and Coman winning the UCL. And Leroy Sané only having a UEFA Super Cup, but that still counts. And now the only option we do have is Mohamed Kudus, and you may think they won the Europa Conference League. Kudus was actually not in West Ham, I think, just yet, so we can sign him up and he could be our new left winger. So for 82.5 million, we are bringing in Mohamed Kudus. It is a huge transfer fee, but I really do back up to create a bunch of chances for Harry Kane and Matheus Cunha, whoever is on the pitch, and hopefully lead us to our Premier League title. And our next signing for 25 million plus Leandro Trossard is Dean Howson. We have beaten Real Madrid into his signature, and surely if we do not win the Premier League in the first time of asking or the first 2 seasons, maybe he'll replace Gabriel Saliba in the near future. So this is what the final squad is looking like, sadly, I did not have enough money to sign anybody else. So what is obviously going to happen is Cunha is obviously going to go ahead and convert to a striker. But Kai Havertz, I'm going to convert him to a center mid just to have him there as a backup. But I'm just really hoping that David Raya doesn't get injured, because if he does, we're in for a terrible season here at Arsenal. And we have reached the end of the season. Where did we finish? We should be easily in the top 6. There's no chance. Even in the top 4, I'm confident. Yes, we're in the top 4, but where in the top 4 did we finish? Are we Premier League champions? We're not a 4th place team. We are not a 3rd place team. Did we actually win the Premier League? First time of asking, and no, by 3 points. We had 10 more goals as well than City. Did Arsenal bottle? Were we in the lead before that? And the Golden Boot was given to Harry Kane. I knew I made a right decision, but how did we not win the Prem? Maybe City. We're just too good this year. And as City won the Prem, Harry Kane won the Player of the Season. Man, is this Harry Kane curse real? The team of the season, we do have 2 players only in Harry Kane and Gabriel. This is what the squad is looking like at the end of the season. Bukayo Saka is now Club 90. Specifically, Martin Skelly has gone up to a 79, meaning he played almost every single game of football, hopefully. But even our bench players going in, Ito Nwaneri, Dean Howson, Martinelli, it seems like maybe he was starting over Kudus, which I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of. And these are the stats for the season. 44-6 for Harold Kane. Bukayo Saka, 28-17. You know what? Martinelli has proved me wrong. 16-1 for him. 11-14 for Kai Havertz at a center mid. It's crazy. 9-13 for Odegaard. And here are the rest of the stats. Declan Rice with 16 assists is kind of insane though, but yeah. But sadly, 2nd place is not a Premier League title. We're going to be losing one of our best players in this team. And the wheel is ready. The only change I made is I put Martinelli over Kudus because he got more game time. And I think it's only fair as the wheel is being spun. And we are losing Bukayo Saka. I literally said that this guy won't leave on a transfer because he would never leave. But on a free, it's different though. It's a punishment for not winning the Premier League. We're losing our starboard. This is insane. And we are losing our best player. This changes everything. I was confident we would win the Premier League next season, but without Bukayo Saka, I'm not sure if we can do it. And make sure to watch the entire series because we're gonna find out who is the best Premier League team. So we've now reached season number 2 and we have the huge burden of replacing Saka. Nwaneri is only at an 80 overall. I would love for him to start, but I still think we need a right winger if we want to win the Prem. Before we sign any players, let's see if any big clubs come in for our players. And boys, we've lost some big players and gotten snaked twice. Benjamin White to Barcelona, I understand. It is a huge club. Of course he would go there. But Jurriën Timber and Declan Rice have backstopped us and gone to Man City. Oh, this is not good. We have made a lot of money, but finding replacements is going to be impossible. With 336 million, is that enough to replace the players we have just sold? And this is what the squad is looking like. We absolutely have 0 right backs in the side. We still need a replacement for Bukayo Saka. And our CDM is Jorginho or Thomas Partey. And there is no chance these players are starting for us week in and week out. Let's see who we can find that is world class, but also hasn't won a European trophy. And for 54 million, we are signing our first player, and it is going to be a right back, Kadioglu, the Turkish player. He isn't as good as Ben White or Jurriën Timber, but you know what? He is going to do the job, and of course, he's never won a European trophy. And for 56.5 million, I am sending a left back who I will convert into a right back in Jorel Hato. If you can play on the left, you can play on the right. He is a young talent. He can grow a lot in overall. So if Kadioglu isn't good enough, Jorel Hato will probably step up. And up next is the replacement for Declan Rice. 61 million. He had 12 months left in his contract. Martin Zubamendi, one of the best CDMs in the world. Not better than Declan Rice, but I think this is the best replacement we have as of yet. And our final signing is a replacement for Bukayo Saka. This man is balling in real life. For 120 million, we are bringing in PSG's Desiree Doué. And this man has bags of potential, but the question is, can he go ahead and replace Bukayo Saka in that right wing? And this is what the squad is now looking like. I still did not have enough money to sign a backup goalkeeper, so we're still relying on David Raya to not get injured. But I think the squad is still good enough to win the Premier League, but I don't think the chances are as high as last year. We have reached the end of the season. The question is, did we win the Premier League? However, we did lose to Liverpool on the last day of the season, so hopefully that did not affect us. Of course, we are not in the bottom 10. United are somehow in the bottom 10 though. That is crazy. But as we continue, are we in the top 4? And yes, we are once again. I mean, that squad is way too good to not finish in the top 4. Are we in 4th place? No. Chelsea finished in 4th. Are we in 3rd? No. City finished in 3rd. Did we win the Premier League? And no. Liverpool won it by 3 points. I think Arsenal actually bottled. How does this keep happening? By 3 points again. Liverpool went undefeated for an entire season. And Harry Kane wins another golden boot. Surely he has broken Alan Shearer's record at this point, but come on. And as Liverpool win another Prem title, Harry Kane is the player of the season once again, I believe. And in the team of the season, David Raya and Harry Kane are the only ones in our squad that did it. And this is what our squad is looking like. How are we not Premier League winners with this side? Lewis Kelly now has grown to an 83, which is absolutely incredible. Kadioglu 84, Desiree Doué at an 88, Martin Zubermendi at an 87. And look at this defense, Saliba, Gabriel, and Raya. We should be Premier League winners, man. 47 and 6 for Harry Kane, 25 and 12 for Kai Havertz. He is cooking. Desiree Doué with 16 and 6. That's a great first season. Gabriel Martinelli, 12 and 3, 11 and 5 for Kudus, 11 and 2 for Cunha. And these are the rest of the stats. We had an incredible season. How did we now win the Prem? But the second place means no Premier League. It's time to lose another player to the wheel. Who is the wheel gonna make us release? Please don't be Desiree Doué. And it's Zubomendi. Why? You know how hard it is to find a world-class CDM in this game? We lost Declan Rice to Man City, and now we're losing Zubomendi on a free. And Zubomendi is leaving. I just hope we can find a CDM that's better, or at least at the same level, that has not won a European trophy. If you guys have enjoyed this video so far, make sure to subscribe. We're so close to 200k subs. We have arrived in season number 3, and I'm really scared that we're gonna lose one of our best players because I feel like Real Madrid are gonna come calling this season. And we have ended up selling 3 players from our starting 11. However, only one of them I had to accept. The other 2, I just took the opportunity because of the money. Gabriel Martinelli for 90 million. I am going to take that every day of the week. While Harry Kane sending them back to Tottenham. Thought it was pretty realistic. And for 110 million, he is 34 years old. I had to take that. However, Gabriel has snaked us. We could not reject this offer. Man City are still a bigger club than Arsenal. So that leaves us with 386 million with a bunch of players to replace. So right away, this is exactly what I'm going to do for the left wing position. Doué is going to go back to his preferred left wing, while Ethan Nwaneri will be starting as he is now at an 86 overall. Hopefully he can replace Saka. So now with the left wing out of the way, we still need a brand new CDM. I would prefer a new center mid because Mikel Merino is 31 and he has not grown. And I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm gonna trust Dean Howson in this center back row and not sign anybody else. So we're looking for a CDM, a center mid, and a brand new goal scoring striker. And for our first signing, we are signing the replacement for Zubomendi for 75 million and Mark Casado. He had 12 months left in his contract. We got him like 30 million cheaper than we could have gotten him if we had more years in his contract. I think this is the perfect replacement for that CDM position. And for 105 million, we're bringing the player who will replace Mikel Merino in the starting 11 in Kobe Mainu. Signed him from Aston Villa, not Man United. If he was at Man United, I would have not signed him, but he can join the Gunners. And for 120 million, we are signing the guy we didn't sign earlier in Benjamin Sesko. He has a lot to live up to. Harry Kane won back-to-back golden boots here in the Premier League. Can he go ahead and do the same and help us win the Premier League? And for our final signing, for 32 million, we have finally signed a backup goalkeeper in PSG Safanov, now at an 82 overall. I think he's a decent backup in case David Raya gets injured. And this is what the squad is looking like for season number 3. I wouldn't be surprised if we miss out on the Premier League again, but for sure next season, as long as we don't lose anybody huge to the wheel, we will be Premier League winners by season 4. And we have reached the end of the season. The question is, did we finally do it? Liverpool is in the bottom 10. That is crazy. We are in the top 10. I'm pretty sure we'll be in the top 4 again. Just a reminder, we did sell Harry Kane as United sit at 9, so maybe it was the Kane curse that was bringing us down. We are sitting in the top 4. Did we finish at 4th place? No, it was Villa. Did we finish in 3rd? And no, it's City. Did we win the Premier League title? And did we win the Premier League? And yes, we have. We've also done it undefeated. Another unbeaten Premier League title for Arsenal. Let's go. And Benjamin Sesko just misses out on the golden boot in 2nd place behind Liam Delap. And there it is. We've won the Premier League. As the player of the season goes to Pavlidis from Fulham. And in the team of the season, we have Benjamin Sesko and Odegaard. We will take that. And this is what the squad turned out to be. Doué at a 90, Sesko at a 90, and Odegaard at a 90 overall. Nwaneri got to an 88. It looks like he's on his way to replacing Saka, while the rest of the squad looks absolutely incredible. 36 and 1 assist for Benjamin Sesko, 38 and 8 for Desiree Doué, his best ever season. Ethan Nwaneri also had his best ever season with 18 and 4. Havertz was an underrated player in this save, scoring a lot of goals from center mid. Cunha, Kobe Mainu, Kudus, and here are the rest of these stats. And because Arsenal won the Premier League with 98 points, they sit in 1st place tied with Wolves, but because they did it undefeated, they are undisputed 1st. But we have won the Premier League with Arsenal. Who's next? And if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to click on the screen to see how we won the Premier League with Leicester City.